Would you love to attract a steady flow of high-ticket clients and potentially add $100,000 or more to your business in the next 30, 60, or 90 days? I hope you said yes, because that's exactly what I'm going to share with you how to do today. My name is Desiree Stafford, and I help coaches and other transformational business owners attract a steady flow of high-ticket clients and break through to 5- and 6-figure months with simplicity and ease. So today, I'm going to share with you 3 secrets that I share with my clients that help them take their lives and their businesses to the next level so fast that it literally blows many of their minds. So if that's what you desire to do in your own business, then keep your butt in your seat, because you're going to love what I have to share with you here today. All right? Now, what I'm going to do is get straight into the content. I don't like fluff, and I would imagine that if you're anything like me or the people that I work with, you don't like fluff either. So let's dive straight into the content. The first thing I want you to do is just imagine for a moment, can you imagine doubling your income without doubling your work hours? What would that be like, right? Can you imagine charging the fees that you know that your work is worth without feeling guilt or shame? Can you imagine speaking your truth unapologetically without worrying that you might say the wrong thing and lose sales or lose your current clients? Can you imagine going from the best kept secret or feeling like you are hiding in plain sight to being the coach, mentor, or healer in your niche without paid ads, posting 24/7, or having a big audience or list? Can you imagine shifting from convincer to chooser and signing only testimonial clients, the kind of clients who are fun and easy to work with? And can you imagine helping your clients get better results with less effort on your part? This is what I'm going to share with you here today. And if you couldn't already tell, I am beyond excited, because this is the stuff that makes you feel alive. It's the kind of stuff that makes you fall in love with your business again. And if that's what you desire, while also taking your income to the next level, then I really think that you're going to benefit a lot from what I have to share with you here today. All right. So I hope you've got something to take some notes with. Now, let's get into the first of the 3 secrets. All right. Now, the first secret is for you to own your genius. I cannot tell you how many clients come to work with me who are doing okay in their business, but their desire is to go from good to great. Right. And one of the things that holds them back is that they're currently selling offers that they're not lit up about. Right. They're selling offers that don't actually set their soul on fire. Right? They're selling offers that make them sometimes feel afraid to take on more clients, because they're afraid that if they take on more clients, that they're going to be found out. Right? So the solution to this is for you to own your genius. It's for you to sell offers that you're A, passionate about, and B, you're good at. Right? So we want the combination of those two. And when you do this, when you stop looking at what everyone else is doing in the marketplace and thinking that you have to sell what everyone else is selling so that you can be able to have a viable business, and instead you allow yourself to be led by your soul, you allow yourself to be led by what you feel the most passionate about or what you feel called to sell, it will markedly improve your business and your experience of your business. Okay, so let's get into some reasons why, some additional reasons why owning your genius is so powerful. All right, when it comes to attracting clients and growing your business. Number 1, when you create offers that are based on your unique combination of gifts, skills, and talents, you eradicate that imposter syndrome. You eradicate feeling like a fraud, right? So that you can actually serve your clients more powerfully. This is massive. Because again, so many people are not able to sell consistently or attract clients consistently because they have split energy, right? On one hand, they know that they're good at what they do, but on this other hand, there's this fear, there's this hesitation that what if what I'm teaching is not really accurate? What if what I'm teaching is wrong, and people work with me, or more people work with me, and it's found out that I'm a fraud or I don't know what I'm talking about, right? We want to eradicate that. We don't want you to have split energy. We want you to have a really powerful energy that's going to call in your people, and that's going to also give you the confidence to serve more powerfully so that your people get more amazing results than they're getting right now, okay? The second benefit of this, or another benefit of this, is that when you are owning your genius, when you don't have that split energy, when you're not afraid of being a fraud or an imposter, then you can confidently charge 10K, 30K, 50K, 100K plus fees, even if you're not a business coach. And I want to stress that, because the majority of the clients that come to work with me are not even business coaches, right? Many of them are relationship coaches and mindset coaches and success coaches and intuitives and healers. And one of the concerns that they often have is, can I actually charge what I want to charge and I don't help people make money? And the truth is, yes, you can, right? What I want you to understand is, even if what you do is not directly tied to helping people make more money, you absolutely help people save time and money, right? And the thing to me that's the most important is you actually help people save time, right? Because time is more valuable than money. Time is the one thing that we can't ever get back, right? So if you know that when people partner with you, you will be able to help them understand concepts, and you'll be able to walk them through a process that's going to help them save time, that's so much more valuable to them than the money, right? And that is why they'd be willing to invest at a higher price point in themselves through your programs for them to be able to get the results that they desire faster and easier than they could do on their own, right? When you help people save time, you're actually helping them get part of their life back, and that's massive, right? It's worth more than whatever they would pay you. All right. Now, another benefit here is that you get to work with clients who are more fun and easy to work with. Why? Because when you're owning your genius, you will begin to attract clients who are at the right level to receive your gifts. Now, one of the biggest complaints that many coaches have is that they attract clients who are not at the right level, and then they feel that they have to work overtime. They are over-delivering in order to help those clients get the results that they know are possible, right? And sometimes they don't even actually get the results that are possible, but they do eke out some results, right? What you're desiring, I would imagine, is to call in clients who are at the right level, clients who are in their leadership energy, right? The kind of clients who can pick up what you're putting down and therefore implement and get bigger results, get a bigger ROI with less effort on your part, right? And so when you're owning your genius and you have the confidence to command these higher ticket fees, you will naturally start attracting higher level clients, clients who are, where they need to be mentally, spiritually, emotionally, in order to really be able to pick up what you're putting down, in order to be able to grasp the ideas, the concepts, in order to be able to receive your gifts, to benefit the most from what it is that you have to offer. These kind of clients are not the kind of clients who are going to invest in a low ticket program. These clients are already at good, right? So they've already found their sense of safety and they're wanting to go to great. And the money that they invest in themselves through you is money that gets their attention. In other words, your fee becomes part of their accountability. When someone is doing well, they're not struggling anymore, right? They're able to survive and they want to now start thriving. They want to invest top dollar so that they know that they're going to be committed to doing what's necessary in order for them to experience the larger results that they desire, in order for them to expand, okay? So what I want you to get is that while sometimes you might think, or, many of the people that I work with will think that, I don't want to charge more, or I'm not sure that I can charge more because I don't know that people are going to pay this, because the people that I'm working with right now can't afford my high ticket fees. And here's what I want you to understand is that the clients who will invest in a higher ticket program don't always have the money available to them, but they will find the money, because they desire to expand that much. And those are the kind of clients who are fun and easy to work with. The kind of clients who are willing to do whatever it takes because they desire expansion. The kind of clients who don't have the wherewithal, who don't have the resources or resourcefulness to figure out how to, come up with the funds to invest in your programs, are not the kind of clients who are going to be that much fun to work with, because these are the kind of clients who still are grappling for their sense of safety, right? A client who's already at par level, a client who's already feeling safe, is then able, and not only able, but inspired. They enjoy the stretch. They enjoy expanding. They enjoy, how do I figure this out, right? And those are the kind of people that are going to be able to really pick up the ball and run with it, okay? So hope you got some value out of what I just shared there. Now, I want to share with you how you can actually make more money with fewer sales when you give yourself permission to charge the fees that you know your work is worth. So I'm going to give you some examples of what it would be like to add $100,000 in the next 30, 60, or 90 days. The first thing I would recommend that you do, and I recommend this to all of my clients, is that you determine your specific needs and wants, right? So you want to figure out, are you desiring immediate cash flow? Are you desiring monthly recurring revenue, MRR? Or are you desiring a combination of both, right? So this is going to look unique to you, but I'm going to give you two different examples so that you understand what this can look like if you apply it into your business. So let's say, for example, your focus right now is cash flow. Maybe you want to stabilize your cash flow for a particular reason. Maybe you want to, create an emergency fund, or maybe you want to start investing, or maybe you want to take a trip, right? It could be whatever it is that you want the cash flow for. But if that's your desire, what I would recommend, or one of the avenues that you could take, is that you could sign 10K clients into a VIP day, right? Or into a retreat, or into a 6 to 12 week group program, or into one-on-one for 90 days. Really depends on how you like to work with your clients, right? So you could do this every month, and that's 100K months. You could do it every quarter, and that's 100K quarters. You could do it every 60 days. You could do whatever you want. This is just to give you an example of what it could look like for you to be able to bring in 6 figures in a short period of time if you're focusing on cash flow. Now, you might be wondering, well, again, if I have clients right now who can't pay me what I'm currently charging, where am I going to find clients who can pay me $10,000 in full, right? I will tell you that when you shift your own mindset around the 10K fee and the value of what it is that your work is worth, then it's not even a question of where these people will come from. Let's put it that way, right? Because so much of your ability to attract clients who can pay you in full comes from what's going on within you, comes from your own mindset and your own energy. All right. So, and this is something that I work with my clients on, and I will tell you that I've had clients go from, charging $250 an hour to commanding 10K full pay sales. All right. So it is more than doable for you. You've got to be willing to allow for this experience, right? And of course, I have some strategies that will help you collect more full pay sales, even 30K full pay sales, if that's what you desire. All right. Now, if you desire to focus on monthly reoccurring revenue, so maybe your cash flow is pretty stable, and right now what you want to do is be able to have cash on the books every single month before you even think about making the next sale. So the first of the month, you want to have 30K or 50K or 100K already on the books, right? So that's where creating monthly reoccurring revenue comes from, right? Where the idea of that comes from. So what this could look like for you, if this is what your focus is that it could look like signing 4 clients into a 30K year-long container, perhaps a mastermind, right? And you could do that every month. You can do it every 60 or 90 days. It really, again, depends on you, right? Or perhaps it's a 50K year-long or 100K year-long. Whatever it is that you desire, you get to do. One of the things that I say and my clients really love is that you want to run your business like it's your own fucking business, right? In other words, you don't want to be looking around at what anyone else is doing in the marketplace. You want to do what works for you and the lifestyle that you desire to create for yourself and your family, all right? So now I want to share with you a success story so you get to see that this isn't just theory, it actually works for people in real life, right? So I want you to meet Janelle, because when Janelle came to work with me, she had been stuck making less than $30,000 a year. Now, it doesn't matter where you are right now, but if you have a desire for more and you feel like you have your foot on the brake, I understand how painful that can be. And that's where Janelle was when she came to work with me. She's very successful, brilliant, talented, and yet she had been stuck at less than $30,000 a year for years, right? So you can imagine how unhappy she was with where she was, right? And she wanted something to really shift in her experience, and that's what we were able to create for her. And so what I want you to know is that she went from, again, less than $30,000 a year to closing 30K full pay sales, okay? Full pay sales. She made $190,000 in a 4-month period of time. And she did that working with clients who light her up, right? And so now she's able to travel with her family. She's got overflow to put into savings and retirement. Her life looks markedly different. And so I would want you to think for yourself, in fact, imagine for yourself what it would be like for you if you could be able to make the money that you know that you're capable of and do it in a way that lights you up, right? Selling the programs that set your soul on fire, working with the kind of clients who are fun and easy to work with. What difference would that make in your life, right? So now let's move on to secret number 2, which is to speak your truth unapologetically. All right. Now, this is one of my favorite topics. Everything we're talking about here today is a great topic that I enjoy talking about. This is one of my favorites because I work with so many powerhouses who are desiring to give themselves permission to speak their truth. Okay? This is huge because if you're someone who has experienced, let's say, pushback, you've experienced or had unpleasant experiences when you've spoken your truth in the past, and so now you've been afraid to allow yourself to really go there with people because you're afraid that people are going to think that you're too much, right? That you're going to get kicked out of the group, all those kind of things. Number one, it's a frustrating place to be because you know that you're not allowing yourself to be who you really are, but you're also not able to magnetize the people that you're here to serve. And that's not what you want, right? What you desire is to call in people who get you, right? And that's why I love talking about speaking your truth, because here's the deal. When you stop muting your voice, right? When you stop holding back on your sales calls, in your coaching sessions, in your marketing, right? You become visible to your people, all right? So when you stop muting your voice, specifically in your marketing, in your messaging, your people can see you. When you start speaking your truth, your message actually activates your people. So in other words, they move from just consuming your content to actually taking the action of reaching out to hire you, right? So how many times have you felt frustrated that people are engaging with your content, right? I call it giving you golf claps, or you feel, in other words, like you are a likable educator where people are liking your content, but they're not taking the next action of reaching out and becoming a client. And then you find out that they've hired a competitor, right? It's because you want your marketing to activate people. If you're simply providing content that is valuable, people will appreciate you. That's what the likes and the comments are about. But people need to feel activated. They need to feel like you are the person who can make them fly in order for them to then get up and reach out to you to work with you, right? And so that's what you want your marketing to do. And you can accomplish that when you start speaking your truth unapologetically, all right? Now, I will say this is not a pass to be an asshole, right? But I know that you wouldn't do that. I know that you will speak your truth unapologetically in a way that conveys respect to your people. I get that you know that. But I want to just kind of throw that in there in case in the back of your mind, you're kind of thinking, well, there are people who speak their truth, but you don't resonate with that. And that's fine because you're not meant to resonate with that. And that this is actually a really good point here, because when you speak your truth, you will resonate with your people. That's a more clear way to actually say this. When you speak your truth, you will resonate with your people, and you will also repel the people who are not your people, right? When you speak your truth, you become polarizing. In other words, you attract the people that you're meant to speak to, the people that you were born to serve, the people who understand the way that you explain things, and therefore when they step into your programs are actually going to get the results that you know that you can facilitate, right? Versus having any and everyone step into your programs. I believe that so much of the way marketing is taught to the masses is to speak to the masses, right? And that's not what you want to do. And when you are speaking to the masses, you're attracting people into your programs who are not the ideal fit for you. And therefore, they are not able to really pick up what it is that you're putting down. And that's when you start to feel that you have to work harder in order for them to get the results. In order to eliminate that, you want to speak your truth to the hearts and minds of your people. So those are the people that you're attracting, and everyone else you repel. And so the people that you repel will then go off and find their people, the people that they're meant to work with. It makes your life better. It makes their life better. Okay? So now, the more you speak your truth, the more you position yourself as the obvious choice to your people. Again, the people that you're born to serve. So that means soul-aligned clients are going to start filling up your DMs. Okay? They're going to show up on your sales calls knowing that you're the coach or mentor or healer for them, no matter the price. I cannot tell you how many times prospects have said to me, oh my gosh, just take my money. I heard you on a podcast. I watched a couple of your videos. I read that post that you wrote, and it felt like you were talking to me. That's how you want your people to feel. Because when they feel that way, money is not an object. Okay? So, now, I want to share with you another success story. I want you to meet Hind. Because when Hind came to work with me, she was, I would say, beyond frustrated because she felt like she was working too hard for too little. There were times when she was working upwards of 10 hours a day to create content to make $2,500 a month. She was not able to take care of herself the way that she wanted to, wasn't able to spend as much time as she desired with her kids and her husband. So you can imagine the delight and the joy of her being able to go from $2,500 a month to $58,000 in 6 weeks and getting her life back simply because she started speaking her truth. When she started speaking her truth in her messaging, she started activating her people. She had 7-figure clients reaching out to her. She was closing 10K plus full pay sales over private messenger, not even getting on the phone with people. And she had never done that before because she gave herself permission to speak her truth, right? She became visible to the people who were already in her network. They were already around her, but they couldn't see her before until she gave herself permission to speak the truth of who she was. And that is how she was able to resonate deeply with the people who were already seeking her. And that's what's possible for you. All right. So I want you to think about how much more fun you would have marketing your programs, right? How much more fun you'd have in your business and how much more free time you would have to spend with your family, right? And your friends and anyone else that you desire to, right? The free time to do what you want, when you want, with whom you want, whenever you want, wherever you want, right? You know, one of the things I love the most about Hidden Story is that she is now able to model success with ease for her kids. Talk about leaving a legacy. It's huge. It's huge. All right. Now let's move on to secret number 3. Okay. And that is for you to master your energy. This is another really powerful secret because so often we've been taught that the way for us to make more money, even to make a bigger impact, is that we have to work harder, right? If you're like me, then you've been taught to believe through modeling from your parents, perhaps, or anyone else who was present in your life as you were growing up, watching people that you really admire, your own life experience. You've been taught to believe that in order to have anything or have what it is that you desire, you've got to wrestle it to the ground. You've got to make things happen. The thing is, when you bring that idea to the online coaching world and you desire to make more with less effort, those two ideas conflict, right? And they conflict such that even when you experience ease and flow in your business, you may then start to sabotage. But that's a different topic for a different day. I want to talk to you more about why mastering your energy is, in my opinion, probably the glue that holds everything together here. It's the engine of your business, if you will, when you really get this, okay? So let's talk about some of the benefits here. When you master your own energy, you become independent of anything external to validate you. So you're not dependent on engagement on your content, on your posts. You're not dependent upon how many people sign up to your list. You're not dependent upon how many people buy. In order for you to feel that you're going to be able to make whatever amount of money you want to make on a weekly, monthly, yearly basis. You are in complete control. You have all of the power. I really want you to get this. Because if you don't get this, you may end up like many people end up, where you make 6 or multiple 6 figures or even 7 figures, but you don't feel like you're in control. You feel that you're tied to or married to particular strategies or a particular amount of effort in order for you to make the kind of money that you want to make. And that's not a fun way to run your business. It really isn't. So when you master your energy, again, one of the benefits is that you're no longer dependent on anything external to validate you. You validate yourself. You own your worth, right? Through and through when it comes to your pricing, when it comes to everything. You honor your boundaries. You do everything the way that you want to do it. Remember what I said earlier about running your business like it's your own fucking business? This is the key. When you master your energy, this will allow you to do that, right? To run your business on your own terms. To not feel that you have to do something or be something that other people want you to be. Because no one and nothing has power over you. You have all of the power. Which also means that you're able to grow your business faster, right? And we're going to also talk about how you can grow your business easier when you master your energy as well. All right, so When you master your own energy, you free yourself from people pleasing, from shrinking to fit. So you actually get to unleash the badass that's been hiding behind your nice girl or your good girl BS. Now, again, I'm not here saying that we shouldn't be kind to each other. We absolutely should be. And when you master your own energy, it's natural for you to be kind to people, but kind is different than nice. Nice is when you feel the need to pretend to be someone that you're not, or to pretend to be less than who you actually are in order for people to like you, in order to be a part of the group, right? In order to belong. That's not serving you. And it's actually not serving the people that you're here to serve. It's not serving your family. It's not serving your friends, because they don't know the real you when you're holding back the real you, right? Your freedom benefits you, but it also benefits the people around you. What's that Marianne Williamson quote where she talks about when we free ourselves, or when we liberate ourselves, we give people permission to liberate themselves. And I'm paraphrasing it terribly, but you know what I'm talking about here, right? So your clients will benefit greatly. Your loved ones will benefit greatly when you free yourself from people pleasing, when you stop shrinking to fit, okay? Because when you stop trying to be all things to everyone, right? And sacrificing yourself in the process of that, then what actually gets to happen is the people that are in your world, they begin to stand up, right? They begin to take more responsibility. Oftentimes what we do when we're people pleasing, for example, is we're trying to take responsibility for, too much responsibility for the other person. And I see this a lot with my clients and their clients, taking responsibility for clients' results, for example, or their clients' happiness, for example. And when you try to do that, number one, you can't be successful at it, because as individuals, we're all responsible for our own happiness. We're not responsible for the happiness of other people. We're responsible for our own happiness, because we are responsible for our own emotional state, right? And for the thoughts that we choose to think. Anyway, I was actually sharing this with a client just the other day, that when you take responsibility for yourself and you're in your power, then you automatically see other people in their power, and they begin to rise as you rise. It benefits you and it benefits your people. That's the best way that I can say this, right? So another benefit of mastering your energy is that the more you relax, hear me clearly, the more you relax, the more consistently your sales will flow to you. The more you relax, the more consistently your sales will flow to you. Now, if you don't get this right away, I understand, because I didn't get it right away at first either. It was a total mindfuck. But I'm telling you, now that I have mastered my energy and I understand this, the sales flow, 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 flow. My clients, same thing, right? We have to remember that abundance is our birthright. We've only been taught to believe that we have to work hard to earn our money, to prove our worth, which isn't accurate. First of all, that's not how money works. Money is attracted into our experience based on who we're being, based on what the vibration that we're offering, right? It's not attracted to us through our effort or our action. So one of the things that, my clients are able to make a shift from is taking the frantic action that we often take when we don't believe that things are working out the way that we desire them to, and we feel like we need to wrestle our problems to the ground, right? So rather than taking frantic action, my clients then shift to taking inspired action. Action that comes from them being aligned with the truth of who they really are. And that's when your sales will flow to you. Again, because abundance is your birthright. Money, as in sales, is supposed to flow to you. So all you have to do is retrain your brain, if you will, right? You've got to stop believing in the conditioning that has essentially caused many of us to work hard unnecessarily, cause ourselves unnecessary struggle, when expansion is what we're here to do. Expansion is natural and it's normal for us, right? And when you're in alignment with the truth of who you are, you get that. And so you experience expansion, you experience the flow of sales more consistently. And a nice side benefit here is that there really aren't enough hours in a day for you to be able to make the income that you know that you're capable of, if you believe that your income is in direct proportion to your action. It just simply does not make sense. It doesn't make sense. You want to make multiple 6 figures or 7 figures a year. You only have 24 hours in a day. And you don't want to be working 24 hours in a day. Now, some people say, well, there's systems and there's this and there's that. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with systems. But there are many people who have systems in place and they're still not making sales consistently. There are many people who work like crazy, as did I for a really long time, and they're still not making money consistently. So there has to be another way. You have to begin to shift your perspective on how we actually attract money into our experience. Okay? Now, I want to share with you another success story so that you really get this here. I want you to meet Whitney. Because when Whitney came to me, she was stuck at $20K a month and she was on the verge of burnout. So again, proof that more action does not equal more income. Okay? And I will never forget the day she messaged in the group to share her excitement and surprise that she did $12,000 in a day while she was on vacation. This is what gets to happen to so many of my clients. Another client had a $17,000 day on vacation, right? Why? They were relaxed. Relaxed. Now, you don't need to take vacation every day in order to be relaxed enough to attract sales, but I want you to understand that the more you relax, the more money you get to make. Now, Whitney was also able to celebrate her first $96,000 month with less stress and less effort. And in her words, that makes her a happier wife. She's been able to develop better relationships with her clients because she's not spending so much time out in the marketplace chasing after sales. Rather, she has sales coming to her. She has people coming to her eager to work with her, right? So I want you to think about what would be possible for you when you start to master your own energy and allow those sales to come to you more consistently, right? Now, I want to share with you very briefly my story here so you understand why I'm so passionate about what I'm talking about here and why I am so convinced that if you apply these 3 secrets, they can change the entire trajectory of your life and your business. Now, it took me about a year to get to 6 figures in my business, and I will be honest with you, it blew my mind that it took me so long. Because I had a 6 and 7-figure business before I became an online coach. So I kind of figured I'd hit 6 figures like that, but that was not my experience. And it wasn't for lack of effort. I mean, I tried everything under the sun. I did guest interviews. I was posting articles. I was posting 24/7 online. I did everything that you can think of. Excuse me. Paid ads, webinars, everything that you could think of. And it's like I was still only barely eking out 6 figures. I mean, it felt like a crawl, okay? A crawl to get there. And then when I finally got to 6 figures, I got stuck at $25,000 a month and was not having a good time because I felt like I was always anxious about where the next sale was going to come from and wasn't speaking my truth. I was afraid to, again, say the wrong thing and potentially lose sales. It just was not what I had expected it to be. And while I could work from anywhere, I was always working, including when I was home visiting my family. And that was actually the turning point for me about 3 years ago. I was home visiting my family for the holidays, and I had locked myself in my sister's room, and I told myself that I was just going to spend a few minutes working on my umpteenth funnel. And those few minutes turned into a few hours. And I was just pushing and forcing like I'd normally done. And I remember taking a moment to breathe. And in that moment, I could hear my family laughing and celebrating the holiday without me. And I felt utterly alone. It was heartbreaking. Because here I was in the same household, but I wasn't present. And I knew in that moment that something needed to change because if it didn't, I could only imagine that the next holiday and the next one after that and the next one after that would be the same, that nothing would change. And so while I had a little bit of, I would say probably hesitation because I was frustrated that I had invested so much money and I had tried so many different strategies and nothing had seemed to work up until that point. I also recognized that I didn't know what I didn't know, and being smart and having all the pieces doesn't mean that I have to be able to figure it all out on my own. Being smart actually means knowing when to ask for help when there's something that you can't see. right? And so I made the decision that day to hire a new mentor. And it was the best decision that I had made in my life up until that point, because within a 2-week period of time, we did everything I shared with you here today, right? We created an offer that was based on my unique zone of genius. So that meant removing the stuff out of my programs that were no longer a fit or that I didn't feel really confident in, and focused on creating an offer that set my soul on fire. We worked on me giving myself permission to speak my truth and creating a message that was compelling to my people, that spoke directly to the hearts and minds of the people that I wanted to work with. And I learned how to master my energy. And within a 2-week period of time, I went from being stuck at $25,000 a month to bringing in over $133,000. And I did it without working any harder. In fact, I worked significantly less because I removed all the strategies that not only weren't working, but that did not feel aligned. And I just did a few key things that I desire to do, because the truth is any strategy will work as long as you work it, right? And so my life now, it's night and day. You know, I have so much free time, so much space, so much freedom in my days. I work 2 days a week in terms of delivery to my clients. And the other 3 days, I do marketing, but the marketing is all inspired. It feels like play. No content calendars, none of this stuff, you know, that can overwhelm us. So my business just feels like a joy, and I feel alive every day. And it feels really good to do the work that I'm passionate about and to be getting paid really well to do it. And being able to spend time with my family, you know, without having my head so wrapped around my business that I can't be present with them. My life just looks so different. And I just feel so much more abundant and happy, right? And isn't that what we all desire? Isn't what we desire to be able to make more income and make more impact, but not have to sacrifice our quality of life? And I don't think there are any words that can actually express how grateful I feel about the life that I live right now. And I'm also present to the fact that this conversation isn't about me and my life. It's not about my clients and their successes. It's actually about you and your willingness to decide for yourself whether or not you're wanting to go from good to great, whether or not you're ready to play bigger than you've ever played before, whether or not you're willing to give yourself permission to speak your truth, whether or not you want to be able to master your energy and be in your power as often as possible, and realize that nothing and no one has any power over you, that you have control over your life experience, that you can decide exactly how much you want to make on a monthly basis. You can decide how to grow your business on your own terms. You can become magnetic to the clients who are fun and easy to work with, the kind of clients who set your soul on fire. This is about you deciding whether or not you are wanting to be led by your soul, that higher version of yourself, rather than placating to fears of not being good enough, of being too much, of any of the things that might have held you back in the past. So if you're at the point where you know that you can absolutely celebrate 30K and 50K or 100K plus months, and what you're desiring is some customized guidance and support to make that journey easier for you and faster for you, in fact, then I'd love to see if or how I can support you. So what you can do, if you desire some additional support, is you can go to www.powerhouseonfire.com/apply, right? When you get there, you'll fill out an application. I'm going to review it, and if I think I can help you, we'll hop on a call to talk about what that might look like. Now, it could look like creating the perfect offer for you, right? An offer that's irresistible, that feels good for you to deliver. It could look like creating a compelling message, right? One that allows you to speak your truth unapologetically and call in your people. It could look like teaching you the skills, the techniques to master your energy, right? Could look like a combination of all three. So the first step, though, is for you to decide that you're ready, right? That you're ready to explore what this opportunity could look like. All right. And if you're someone who's at the point where you are willing to drop people pleasing and shrinking to fit and imposter syndrome like the bad habits that they are, let's have a conversation. If you're too afraid to be true to who you really are, then don't book a call because I won't be able to support you. But if you're ready to play bigger than you've ever played before, if you're ready to see what's possible for you, if you're ready to unleash your full potential, if you're ready to live a life as big as your purpose, then I would love to have a conversation with you and see how I might be able to support you. So go to this link, and until we do speak, I hope that you're up to big, bold things in your life and in your business. Take care.